Alright, time for a Sejuani game. I will be playing against a Nocturne here. This is also going to be a beginner's guide, so I'll explain everything in as much detail as possible. And this will be a low elo game, because I want to have the similar type of teams you should be expecting.
Pain is nothing.
I am going to start on red buff here, I think. I say that. Nah, bot lane's going to be pretty aggressive. I definitely want to look for something there. You can start either side, really. Start with E for your clear, it's the most damage. And if I don't get a leash here, that's okay. Something to mention though beforehand, about 60% of the people who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you enjoy my content, consider subscribing or hitting the like button as well. That would greatly help. Build explanations can all be found in detail, in depth, and with item sets over on Patreon. And yeah, that's about it. Alright, so they are looking for my blue buff. That's very spicy. I will be starting over here. Unfortunately, no leash, but that's all good. If you get a leash as Sejuani, your E stacks right here, these stacks can be procced by your allies, as long as they're melee champions. So any melee champions it would work for, seems like. This is actually insane, because the jungler is the one that died on the enemy side. Which means that he is going to be super delayed at this point. And that is pretty good. Even if they get my blue buff at this point, the Nocturne is so far behind that it doesn't even really matter. Don't really know why my team is fighting this. Like, they could have just accepted it and gave it. So, I mean, there's that, but... Because I can always, like, if they want to do something like that, I can always just simply adapt and, you know, walk from my Raptors here to this top side, or from this like that, you know. They're gonna be on here, especially if he's also gonna do my Gromp. Then we're looking pretty good there. So yeah, for the E, it's pretty much just use it as soon as you get a full target. It is very, very low cooldown, so just use it. And in team fights, you can kind of spam it a little bit to make sure that you get it done. I can probably go pretty aggressive here. Even if he did his blue, he's never going to be level 3 because he's delayed. And I'll just take his top side. There is the Nocturne. Ah, right, the plant. I forgot about that one for a second. Fair play. 2, he's just blue, so he's done wolves into blue buff. He had his smite up. I sadly didn't in that moment in time. That helped him there. That's okay, though. It's one of those where it's like, he barely got away with that one. Barely, barely. This should be down. Now, at this moment in time, I'm so far away from, like, anything up that if you do go for a play like this, you should always recall afterwards, because you can't actually do anything after this. Since if I would walk like towards this, that would not be too great, because I run the like risk of losing this. Whereas like the other side as well, like I kind of just want to go to bot scuttle here, defend this, and then we can clean up the rest of these camps going in the other direction at this point, and still have like a reasonable clear. This is just having to adapt to the fact that he obviously took this, and a full clear is kind of off the table to hit level 4. If he went for the red buff instead of going for blue buff on his side, he would have lost a lot on top side as well, so it would have been like relatively more even. So yeah, it kind of ended up like, yeah, it's okay really. Bolt wave is currently relatively shoved, so I can just sweep this and see if it's possible. It's not possible, that's fine. It's like, if this wasn't warded, I could go for it. But by now, we're just gonna make sure that we cannot drop these 2 respawnable camps. That would be a big mistake, so we definitely don't want to do that. So at this point, simply all we do is we just clean up the rest of these camps and make sure we get the respawn camps that are higher level to, well, yeah, get me that experience. Alright, so for skills, Sejuani skills, as you can see, the W gives a knockback, gives 2 stacks on your E. Your Q is just a dash at CCs. Because, oh, I see. I don't know why you're invading me. Like, I don't know what he thinks he is achieving by invading me here. Because currently, like, you have to think about it like this. He invades me there, right? But, I mean, one, their bot lane loses the fight, but also, my bot side is already cleared. So all I really have to do now is I just clear my top side camps, and he can't do anything about that. So he just doesn't get anything. If he doesn't kill me, which is very unlikely because he has no flash, since we already knew that from earlier, we could just do this. Okay, so this is actually a little bit scary because of mid lane priority, to the point where I would like to get at least 1 void grub. But I have a feeling that this guy is gonna... He flashed. Oh! Okay, we're going. Instantly spam your E in a situation like this, because you want to have it off cooldown as much as possible. And here I'm just gonna go do his Gromp, because I know it's up, and my Darius has priority right now. I just lead my Darius to go for the fight here, instead of going for the... Void Grubs, there he is. Just land your hook, please. Thank you, spam E. Perfect. And now we go for the Void Grubs. I want to do that first because the Nocturne's gonna walk in by himself. If we do Void Grubs, we're just gonna leave him up for a little bit of time, and Yorick can potentially have some reactive movement to that. Darius is not willing to stack it, that's fine. Right here, we're just gonna smite this one and just spam E on anything Darius hits as well. Just click it. If you see he ups my stacks faster. So that makes it relatively easy to clear all of this. And this is just like a nice thing to play with on top priority. Darius flashed over, so we obviously follow. And that should be pretty good. Time to take a reset. 1500 gold. Want to spend that. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a knock up, just a dash. This will do 2 hits. Right here. Against that team, we're definitely going Sunfire. Perfect. And now you can see all of my camps are respawning. So we're going to be playing towards like this. We also see some aggression on bot side. If we clear about 3 camps, we'll be hitting level 6. So we can look for that. And, yeah. Ooh, he is in fact doing Dragon. I don't know if I make that fast enough, to be honest, but I'll try to make it. I knew he was gonna probably look for that because he lost the objective on the other side, so we'll see. I don't have Smite up, unfortunately, though. That should be a finish for my team. I'm gonna just zone the guy for 4 seconds, if I can. It just barely didn't come up in time. It's so unfortunate, man. Yeah, that sucks. We could just auto-attack him here. It should be fine. Slow him there with the last bit of the Q. Are you kidding? Thank you. Oh, man. My smite was like 0.1 second there. That sucks. As long as Yasuo shows up, it should be fine. There's nothing this guy can do. She has no mana. I just need to wait. Wait for him to hit him enough times and then just finish him off. Perfect. Don't need to get the kills. I mean, I'm a tank. It's fine. So right now, our main priority comes to cleaning up our camps because our entire jungle is currently up. We obviously just played for Dragon, which I unfortunately missed out on barely because of like, oh, second smite difference. But, you know, it is what it is sometimes. It sucks. Finish that off, group them together. That's not gonna die. Alright, we really need to make sure... Yeah, you always have to make sure that you keep a good amount of clear pacing in there. So, like, instead of looking for anything gank related now, I have to look for my full clear. Because I need to get my experience. Like, experience is extremely valuable. Also, your smite charges are valuable. So, there are some situations where you can look for stuff, obviously, but don't try to overdo it. Don't leave your jungle camps up for absolutely ages. That will hurt you a lot in the long run. Even when I'm playing tanks and stuff, right? You need less money on tanks, yes, but it's still like not something you want to drop your camps for. Okay, so she does the Nocturne. Don't know why he's doing this, because as long as my team is like any type of not blind, he will just die for this. Wait a little bit for his spell shield to disappear. Wait for that. Throw my ult. Perfect. Right there, we wait for his like spell shield to time out. We just flash after him at this point, and we can check for some of his camps here, which seem to be all down. That's a LeBlanc on the turret. Seems like Darius is walking with me towards LeBlanc, so I guess we can send it. Does he want to like... Okay, I guess he just kills him by himself then. Interesting. Fair enough, mate. I will be backing because I have 1900 gold and I want to spend this because I can buy Sunfire right here. And against this team, we will also be buy... Actually... that's a Mercs angle. They have a lot of attack, they do have a lot of attack speed or like auto attack based stuff. She's actually building Kraken. It might not be a Mercs angle. Because I was thinking if Miss Fortune goes for that burst build, she is not really... I'm trolling. I need to go Void Grub respawn. If she's gonna go for like that lethality setup, I probably shouldn't. I mean, this Negatron Cloak will never be a wasted buy anyway, so it should be fine. But yeah, if she builds like that, I kind of have to, because she's gonna go for a more auto attack based build. So I will have to adapt to actually going steel caps, because otherwise I would not have enough damage reduction on auto attack based stuff. There's a slight adaptation. If she would have gone for like the mage variant build, like I'm calling it mage variant because that's a little bit annoying there. My experience, Darius. How could you do this to me? Let me... Give me some experience, my guy. Are you absolutely joking me or what? Okay, lovely. Jesus, he just hit, like, last hit everything. Rip. Can I get some Yasuo assistance here? All we have to do here is just wait for the LeBlanc to dash. He didn't ult. That's depressing. Get the CC on him though. Yasuo CC locks him and it should be okay. He's over chasing. I don't know about that one, Yasuo. Like, sure. Fair enough, mate. Whatever you want. Let's just hit this down. Misfortune's mid. If that hit me, I would have died. That was a bit greedy on my end, I will admit. He has no vision. We're good. Alright, bit greedy. I don't know what that Yasuo was thinking there, to be honest, but sure. You want to max your Q second here? I do have a dragon up, so walking this way would not be good. I need to walk down. Whether that's just clearing my bot side camps here and getting my HP back up due to camp healing. Or just like walking at dragon if he was actually doing it. Either one works, but I have to make sure that I walk down and not up, because up would leave me with nothing. Darius has no mana. Enemy team should not be able to do much here. Let's go dragon now. I like making some spicy plays here. I'm a bit worried about Nocturne showing for this, without my team like actually moving. Chilling on bot lane here mostly. If I get like Yasuo or Darius to help me, these stacks on my E would go faster, which ups my DPS on this. Look at this. Because of the extra auto attacks, it's much faster now. So any melee champ on your team is very, very good. You generally like to pick Sejuani with a bunch of melee champions on your team. That is preferable. If you pick Sejuani with a full range team, you're kind of trolling, because then you lose a lot of value out of your E. Proc your E as often as possible. Try to keep your W in mind when it comes to it, because your W gives 2 stacks on it. So you always want to try to, like, you know, separate it enough to the point where you get those stacks. I could probably do this. Freeze him. Just gonna do some damage here. Okay. That's a bit sad. That's a bit brutal there, but yeah. Okay, fair enough. A bit too aggressive. We go steel caps here. The auto attack damage is definitely enough. Because this guy going on hit. Yeah, for sure. This makes sense. I will also buy the Bramble Vest for now then. I don't really have to worry about magic damage too much. Just one item against the LeBlanc should be fine. So for the rest I could just focus on armor. Getting the Bramble Vest for a simple 800 gold here is going to be quite valuable. And we're just going to look to clear this top side at least before we do something. Team's going relatively aggressive. I did die there to the support, which is actually pretty decent. It's better than dying to their ADC. I was worth a shutdown as well, but yeah. It's all good. Simply clean up the topside camps, keep it nice and consistent for now. My team is really just going for things. Dying quite a bit, to be fair. It's all good. Like, mid to late game tanks is, you know, you can open up a lot for your team. Not the most kills or most gank opportunities this game, but that's also fine. Darius is going for it, so I'm gonna have to go for it too. I don't know what this is exactly, but... Flash after it. I'm gonna have to ult for that, otherwise I don't kill. That's really annoying, actually. Okay. My karma is just... It's too passive. That's what I'm... Like, it's really too passive. She is practically full HP with 2 summoners up. And she had her ult available in that instance as well, I believe. So she could have just done so much there. I'm not tanky enough to survive the LeBlanc burst mostly. So I obviously mostly have armor. Feel like... Should I go for that? I feel like Jaksho should be enough of a magic resist item eventually. I'm gonna go this. Frozen Heart is very cheap. I can just afford it relatively quickly. We're just gonna sit on Bramble for just a little bit and be fine with that. I'm gonna go probably Frozen Heart for a cheap armor item additionally for the attack speed slow as well. Because that's gonna be very useful here into a Chaotic probably. Or what, however you pronounce that thing. I'm not gonna go for the Rift Herald because I don't value that thing much at all. That thing is relatively useless these days. Getting some camps here, getting my smite up, and hopefully... The question now becomes, is my support actually going to do something? Nair him. Because I just need my support not to AFK on me, basically. That's all it is. There it is, thank you. That's decent. Oh, that's not even my support, that's my ADC. Why did I... Whatever, it's fine. I need my ADC not to AFK on me. That's the same thing, that works for me as well, you know? It's fine. Alright, this is fine. Spam E. Hit him down. Always, like, spam E in fights. Are you, like, seriously taking my camps, my guy? I even gave you kills as well. That's so sad. Can we... What is my AD carry? You're... This guy has to be joking me, right? So instead of, like, walking up with me and auto-attacking the turret 2 times to kill it, on full HP AD carry, he walks away and kills me. God. That's the dreadful thing about playing tanks in low elo, isn't it? You create a good opportunity to dive a LeBlanc for a 600 gold shutdown, and then your AD carry just goes to farm 2 minions. You gotta hate to see it. God damn it. Whatever. It is fine. It is fine. Can't do much about that. That's always the downside, right? Like, you make some openings, it's a little bit too aggressive. In lower ratings, people will just ignore you, or they will do whatever. I don't know what that was. Wow, they actually think it's troll as well. That's interesting. Because in that situation, it's just clearly you do 2 auto attacks on the turret as the ADC, and it's just completely free play. But apparently this team thinks it's troll. That's strange. Genuinely strange to me, honestly. That's a bit spicy. Thank you. He flashed over the wall too, so he's just dead now. Built the Ash. Good to be dead as well. Support takes the kill, that's fine. Let's see if they AFK this on me. Just go for the misfortune, please. Jesus. Where's Karma going? Oh boy. Playing a tank always is like, yep, kind of scary. Should be able to just auto attack him, spam E as much as possible. I have 2 range champions next to me, so it doesn't matter that much, but... There we go. Decent. I probably need to step forward a bit. This guy's gonna die to LeBlanc. Like 1 Q is enough damage. What is... Like, I have to actually smite that. Like, that thing could definitely do enough damage to kill my camp there. What is my team doing, man? Denying my camps is like a high priority, or what? Jesus. Okay. Okay, I see, I see. Okay, keep my clear speed up here. We're slowly getting to the point where we start becoming unkillable. Because for Finish Frozen Heart, we're going to be extremely tanky. And then it's just a little bit of magic resist, and there's nothing they can do against me anymore, which is fine. Spicy. Alright, get the Frozen Heart. Very cheap, very strong armor item. And then we'll go for some magic resist. I will go for the Kaenic, I think, because that's just good against LeBlanc Burst. I could also just go Jaksho, because it ups my armor at the same time, and I feel like LeBlanc's never really gonna focus me anyway. So I feel like... FF vote? What? I feel like that shouldn't matter, if that makes sense, right? Like, I shouldn't have to build magic resist directly against the LeBlanc. If there was more magic damage there, maybe yes, but there's no way LeBlanc target focuses me, because that's just a colossal waste of her abilities. It's gonna take way too long for me to kill, or for them to kill me. Yeah, so it's like flaming the team or something? Am I missing something? Probably not gonna go for Baron. They have relatively low Baron damage. So I would be surprised if they did it, really. Like that, we go for this guy. All I need my ADC to do here is not AFK on me. There we go. They don't really do any damage to me, so it's relatively free. Let's see. That guy just flashed. That is definitely an Ashe flash. You Q and then we flash at the end of it. Good auto attack from the ADC. I might just be dead here though. Yeah, that's too much damage. My Senna is positioning herself all the way in Narnia, so I don't know. It's relatively hard to play with that. I think I am going to go for Jaksho though, because I feel like that's fine in this case for the magic resist. It's relatively hard to play with an AD carry that stands this far back, because she is like all the way over here. And we are here, and she's like right here. And if she just stands like here and just auto attacks the entire time, we could probably win that fight. But because I'm tanking a lot of that damage, well, my AD carry is not able to actually hit something in return. It makes all the damage I'm tanking relatively useless, if that makes sense. So that definitely kind of sucks. Like if my Senna was positioned more forward and actually in a position to do more damage, me tanking all that damage and even dying for it potentially, but me tanking that damage would open up much more fight potential, because that at the same time, if they're deciding to hit me, they're going to take more damage straight in return. There's a Nocturne here. Interesting. I should just be able to fight him. Wait for a spell shield to time out. I can't really chase that, because I know that my other dude's top lane. This LeBlanc's going for it. Let's go for the Ashe, because she is positioned poorly. That is a lot of damage, and I need to leave. We're just gonna walk down and out as fast as possible. We know where Nocturne is, but his ult's on cooldown, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Good, solid. As long as you're low HP, you should always try to leave a fight. Never try to, obviously try to tank as much damage as possible, but never over tank, because then you're just gonna die for no reason. And that is obviously not good. So right there, we just go for the target that is out of position the most. I believe I did get exhausted as well, but... Get blue buff to the team. I'll move as well. That guy should be dead. Okay, he is dead. Lovely. Oh, itchy nose. Alright, so we just focus Dragon here. LeBlanc is legendary. Lovely. Yeah, as a tank, you're always relying on your team to a certain degree, which definitely sucks. Like, it's not the most ideal thing to be playing, especially with people that don't have the best game sense, right? Because then you can set up plays that seem good to you, but if they don't realize those plays, then you're obviously gonna run into some problems. That's 1500 gold, I just don't have enough money for it. Jaksho is actually a massive upgrade for me right now, so I definitely want to try to get it before I do this next recall. So I will. Let's get it with the Q, because otherwise I may have missed that one. And then we just take this wave, and then we should be okay. Let's get the burn proc on it. There we go, that should be enough money. Perfect. We get the Jaksho now. And after Jaksho, we walk out of base. We are going to probably look to give our team red buff / our topside camps. There's nothing else on the map really right now. I can take one of those for potential Baron. I think I have enough magic resist. If I don't, I could just build another magic resist item in the slot that the control art's in right now, and it will be fine. If I'm going to build anything, it's definitely going to be that chaotic item. And the belt thing, right? The magic resist belt. Because that is the most useful item I can build against the LeBlanc. But we'll see. Clean up our topside camps. Make sure we keep getting some of that experience. There's currently no dragon up I have to worry about too much. The Baron is obviously there, but should be fine. I want to give my team red buff for sure, and then this camp is just going to be a nice clear as well. After this, we'll definitely look some aggressive plays. Darius wants to go super aggressive. Auto attack this. Throw my ult in there. Didn't actually connect. There must have been one range short. Okay, that's fine. Just go for the Yorick, please. And just spam E now because Darius is melee range champion. So he procs my E charges for me. So I just want to spam that as fast as possible. Once it like gets in range, Darius gets some resets throughout that fight, which is pretty good for him. Just have to auto attack the turret here. I'm getting body blocked actually, wow. Couldn't walk out of LeBlanc chain because I got heavily body blocked, that's interesting. Let's just auto attack this down and then we have the Baron. We can't push this because the Misfortune is going to be up in 8. These two are alive. And one Misfortune ult will just insta-clean everything anyway, the wave. So it's likely to be up, to be fair. It's a relatively low cooldown skill. So it should be something we just go for. Place the control ward here, and then we just hit Baron. As long as Yasuo is in range, all we have to do here is just spam E as much as possible. And we want to stand close to the Baron because we want to be tanking, want to be the one tanking the debuff. Because we do the lowest Baron DPS out of everyone. And whoever has this debuff, okay, it's not on me right now, it's on Yasuo. But whoever has the Baron debuff does 50% less damage to Baron, so that needs to be respected. Then here, I mean, we just team is backing as well, so definitely take the same back timer as your team as much as you can. And I'll be finishing my Thornmail next. And then as a final item, if I really need the magic resist, which I don't think I will, against the LeBlanc, I can go for the Chaotic. But yeah, tank items on Sejuani are always extremely situational. Everything is situational, really, because the Sunfire is easily replaced by the other, by the AP or the magic resist version of it, Hollow Radiance, as well into certain team comps. So everything is completely variable on this champion. Always try to pick the best tank items into the enemy team in the best order you can, which is definitely not easy. That's also a more difficult thing about playing a tank. This is just all the devs on their side. He's gonna ult this guy. I should easily be able to tank. Okay, I got Fear the Way, that's kind of annoying. It's a good kill. Perfect. Very good. I have about 200 magic resist when my Jaksho is stacked. That should be plenty, honestly. My Yasuo is going way too aggressive by himself, so that kind of sucks, but yeah, what can you do? That's 2 kills there. I will want to like look to open some situations for my team. Obviously, dragon spawning relatively soon. My Senna's completely leaving, apparently. So I guess I cannot be staking around here. Nocturne is dead. I have Smite for this, so it should be free. Looks like neither Darius nor Senna actually wants to help with the dragon. Okay, Senna's gonna come back. It's fine. Just gonna make sure we pick this up. After this, we can have a nice recall for a Thornmail. Just get the dragon. I'm not gonna chase the LeBlanc here. That's relatively pointless because the dragon is a soul point, so we definitely just want to finish that off, make it worth it. Need my team to hit this before Nocturne gets within ult range. Okay, we're just gonna go for Ashe then in this case. Spam E because Darius is a melee range champion. So he procs our E faster, and I'm just gonna back. Because I have a Thorn Mill. Perfect. Then out of base, blue is a relatively big objective now, because it can give blue buff to the entire team. So I just want to make sure I walk out of base, pick up the blue buff for my team, and then go back. Seems like my team is playing aggressive by themselves now, though. Which they are gonna lose that fight for sure. I like how when I'm the one going for plays, this Senna refuses to walk forward whatsoever, and when I'm actually like recalling to buy just to buy an item, right? Then she decides to walk forward as fast as possible and die. That's an interesting mindset right there, I will have to say. Okay, I don't have the most magic resist, so LeBlanc could definitely hurt me a fair amount, but interrupted him. This is fine. They really won't do any damage to me. The only one that can do damage to me is LeBlanc, and I don't think LeBlanc is actually going to try to hit me. I think LeBlanc's more so going to try to go for the Karma, honestly. Make sure that doesn't connect on me. Combo it. The Karma is, like, literally doing nothing. Alright, fine. Oh, good flash. It doesn't matter, but it was a good flash. The Karma could have just finished off the Ashe if she decided to just do a simple Q on the guy, but she didn't do that either, so I guess that kind of sucks for me, isn't it? Doesn't it? Ooh, really going for like that tank slaying build. She's doing a relatively good amount of damage to me in that case. Fair. I don't know, man. It's just one of those where the Karma could have easily done one Q with like her chakram thing, whatever her ult's called. It would have absolutely killed Ashe. But yeah, I don't know. Out of my control. Last item here, I don't think I have to worry about this thing, so we're just gonna go for this Warmogs here. Get my HP up. Get my regeneration up as well. It's like also relatively countering LeBlanc if I can get out of the fight and heal myself back to full. That is a move. Seems like the enemy team just entered, so that's probably GG. Yeah, it's all good there. I mean, obviously, like, I've given this guy a tremendous amount of kills. I've set up a lot of plays for my team. That was just all you really have to be doing as a tank, right? Like, you know. We just have to hit turrets here at this point. York's not going to be here anyway, so it seems to be game. Yeah, last item in this case would have been a Warmogs. Could have been a Chaotic as well, to be fair. And that's really it for Sejuani. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Hit the like button below. And I will see you guys in the endgame stats. Alright, so for the endgame stats here, I ended up doing 23.2k damage, which is a very respectable amount. I'm obviously a full tank trying to set up plays for my team, right, for the most part. So, I mean, I'm doing the same damage as the AD carry, and the Yasuo is very, very solid. Darius obviously outdamaged me, but that's completely fine. Yeah. It's actually kind of sad that Senna has this little damage, especially seeing as, like, how many kills I gave the guy. So it's like, it's a bit spicy there, I suppose. True damage at 1700. Darius obviously a lot more. We have objective damage at 38.3k, which is a good amount. Healing done at 15.7. Damage taken at 34.2, which is the second highest here, but my self-mitigated damage should be through the roof. Because Sejuani tanks a lot of the damage through self-mitigated damage. So, you know, it adds up. Yeah, as you can see right here, 75.1. So I took by far the most damage, actually, out of my team. So that's very, very good. Took a good 110-ish K. Darius came in at like 85. So that's definitely a lot of setup from me, which is good. Gold earned at 13.4k, which is not the highest here. It's still a good amount, because I still obviously got a good amount of CS in there. However, I did get pretty much all of the assists. I gave pretty much all of the kills to my team as a tank. You know, it's all good. My build is still, like, up there, because I'm still 5 items going into my 6th item here. So anyway, like this item is relatively cheap. This item is relatively cheap, as you see, 24, 27, 27 there as well. So because my build's cheaper than, for example, 33 here and like an extra 3k here, you know, 33 on Titanic as well. Like he needs more money. He also got more kills, but yeah, 18 kills, 5, like the 18 assists to 5 kills obviously gives me overall less money, whereas I still have 231 CS. But it's just something to note as a tank. Your builds are relatively cheap, and obviously you don't really want to be taking the kills from the people that want to actually build into the more expensive damage items for the most part. As long as they obviously use them, which, I mean, Senna didn't really, because you have 17 kills here on Senna, and she only had 20, like, she had the same damage to champions as me, like, at 17 kills. That is slightly criminal. That just means that, what I said, right, like, Senna's not actually playing to hit people in fights. He's just kind of looking at the fight for the most part, because she's just missing damage opportunities. And we have Aftershock here for 800 damage dealt, 1100 or 1200 mitigated. Font of Life to give my team an extra 1200 HP. Conditioning for just extra resistances. Overgrowth for the extra health. Cheap Shot does a very good amount of damage. Here, as you can see, at about 1100 damage, you have a lot of CC capability, so it just procs consistently. And then I'd like the Ultimate Hunter here, which I only got 4 stacks on, apparently. I guess I never really killed LeBlanc. Perhaps for the Ultimate Hunter stack, I would imagine. It's LeBlanc. LeBlanc actually, like, only 3 deaths did pretty well for the most part. It just simply wasn't really enough, you know. But yeah, that is it for Sejuani. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to hit the like button below, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye.